order to exhibit just how painful it is to exist in an American suburb without a car, I thought I would do it for myself for just one day and document my experience. Myself and many other urbanists have recognized that America has been wholly built around the car, and if you lack possession of one, then you are in a sense ostracized from society. The car always comes first, with things like walking, biking, and transit being little regarded afterthoughts. I'll undertake my journey in the suburb of Golden Valley, Minnesota, which is a suburb not far from the city of Minneapolis. I have a simple list of goals to accomplish today, although I want to do them without the use of a car. That list of goals is to 1. Get groceries, 2. Have dinner, and 3. Buy a few new t-shirts. Sounds simple enough, right? These aren't outlandish things, and many people do these on a regular basis. But oh, how naive you are. You're about to see just how hard these things are if you aren't privileged enough to own a car. So I'm going to pretend that I live around this park, which is in a pretty typical residential area that you'll find in the suburbs. My first goal will be to get groceries, so let's take a look around. Well, the closest grocery store is a 22-minute walk, which isn't that bad, I guess. Why don't I bike instead? Well, here's why. Yeah, this passes as a bike lane. And so does this. Okay, never mind. How about I take a bus or something? Just kidding. You really think American suburbs have public transit? Okay, anyway, so I'll just walk there. So this suburb doesn't even have sidewalks on most of the streets, which is just hilarious. I mean, why would you actually want to live somewhere that doesn't even have sidewalks? I'm not taking any chances on the street versus the Dodge Rams and the Ford F-150s, because I'll lose. So here's the so-called quiet and peaceful suburban experience, where there's always noisy and smelly cars driving by you, and you're the only pedestrian for miles. Everyone in their cars are looking down at you, by the way. Okay, so I made it to the shopping center that has a grocery store, a Walgreens, and a singular food place. Yeah, don't you see it there? It's just over there past all these cars. Okay, so that sucked. Anyway, let's move on to the second item in the list. So, besides that singular food place by the grocery store, I think I'd like a more full service type dining experience. So, the closest place is like a 26-minute walk away. Well, at least I can walk off my food when I'm done. Okay, I've made it to the commercial area where this restaurant is located. I have to cross the street though. I wonder if there's a safe and comfortable way for me to do that while avoiding all these cars. Nah, doubt it. By the way, the whole time I was in this area, it stank of fuel and exhaust fumes. It was pretty unpleasant. And here's a car parts store just in case you want to waste some of your money. Here's a terrifying intersection that I would never want to cross willingly. Well, at least they made this bridge for pedestrians. Gotta hand it to them. Am I being sarcastic at all? Of course not. Here we see the beautiful American commercial experience. Get in your car, drive at least 10 minutes, find somewhere to park, then get out and enjoy your mediocre chain food before driving home, walking off none of your food, and letting it all go straight to your belly. Alright, anyway, so my final task is to find a place to buy a t-shirt. There's a rag stock in the commercial area where the restaurant is, but that really isn't my style. The next closest clothes places like Express and H&M are in a mall that's only a 1 hour 46-minute walk away. Yeah, I give up. Okay, it's pretty clear that you need a car to reasonably survive just doing basic things in an American suburb, and it was a pretty basic list. So what about people who can't afford a car? The average monthly payment for a car in America is anywhere between $500 and $700, and that's just the payment. It doesn't take into account insurance, gas, which is expensive right now in case you haven't heard, mechanical failure, maintenance, car washes, and other things. That can be a lot of money if you're struggling financially. And it isn't a luxury here, it's a necessity. But how much does it cost to walk? Well, nothing. And what if you're unable to drive for other reasons? Well, guess what, bud? You can't participate in society. Sorry. I grew up being told that driving is a privilege, not a right. But then we built a country where it's nearly impossible to get by without driving. That's just hilarious to me. So this is America, land of the free, where you're only free to get in a car and drive to your low quality neighborhood corporate chain. Maybe American cities are a little better than the suburbs. I'll just take the next bus into the city and get out of the suburb. Too bad there's only one bus line that takes you into Minneapolis, and it only comes once every 2 hours. We can do so much better, can't we?